Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we're gonna dive into one of the most important concepts in algebra and probably not gonna lie, one of the easiest, yay, which is linear equations. So more specifically, we're going to focus on the slope and the graphing part. So I hope that by the end of this video, you'll know how to graph linear equations. So let's start with the basics. What is a linear equation? A linear equation is an equation that represents a straight line when graphed on a coordinate plane, like this one you see right here, this straight line. The general form of a linear equation is also the one you see on the right, which is y equals mx plus b. You've probably seen this form before, this equation before, but do you understand what the parts mean? Let's break it down. So here's a breakdown. M represents the slope of the line, right? And B represents the y-intercept, which is the point that crosses the y-axis. Okay, we're gonna try to understand the slope and a little bit of the y-intercept, even though it's like pretty straightforward, using an example. So we have the equation y equals 2x plus 3 on the screen. We're gonna draw a line on the graph with a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of 3, because we know that m equals 2 and b equals 3. So m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so let's focus on the slope for a second. The slope m tells you how steep the line is. So it's the change in y. We draw this using delta. Change in y over the change in x. So this means that for every unit you move horizontally along the x-axis, you're gonna move m units up along the y-axis. Okay, so let's use this example. So take this equation, y equals 2x plus 3. Here the slope is 2. This means that for every 1 unit, let me change the color. For every 1 unit, you're gonna go 2 units up. And so on. For every 1 unit, you're gonna go 2 units up. However, because we have a y-intercept, we're not going to start on the origin, which would be 0, 0. We're going to start where y equals 3, so right here. So as I said before, this means that the slope 2 means that for every 1 unit you move to the right, you go up by 2 units. So if we start at the y-intercept, which is 3 in this case, we're going to move 1 unit to the right, 1 unit to the right, and 2 units up to find the next point. Okay, so basically our line would look something like this. So now you not only know what the slope is and how it works, but also you've just learned how to graph a linear equation. But what happens if the slope is negative or 0? We're gonna look at some examples. Okay, so here we have 3 different examples for 3 different cases. So for a positive slope like y equals x plus 1, the line will go up from left to right. For a negative slope like y equals negative x plus 1, the line will go down from left to right. And then if the slope is 0, like y equals 1, where we only have our y-intercept, then the line will be perfectly horizontal. To better understand this, let's graph an equation with a negative slope from scratch. We're going to use y equals negative x plus 2. So we're going to plot 0, 2 on the axis, then we're going to move 1 unit to the right and 1 unit down for the next point and continue the pattern. Okay, so first of all, our y-intercept is 2, so we're gonna start at the point 0, 2 as I said before. Then we're gonna move 1 unit to the right, so 1 unit to the right, and 1 unit down for the next point, 1 unit down. So here the slope is negative 1, meaning that for every unit you move to the right, you move down 1 unit. After plotting a few points, we will draw the line. So we're going down. Okay. Now we're gonna draw the line and it will look something like this. Something you should also note is that sometimes they're gonna give you linear equations like x minus y plus 4 equals 0, for example, and they're gonna ask you to graph them. So first you're gonna see this and you're gonna think, wait, what am I seeing? But the only thing that you have to do is rearrange them into a general form we know, which is y equals mx plus b. In the case that we have to rearrange our linear equation, the only thing we're gonna do is move the variables, the terms, until it looks something like this. So for example, this one's an easy one. We have x minus y plus 4 equals 0. We want to have y on one side and the other variables on the other side. So for example, let's move x and 4 to where 0 is, to the side where 0 is. So we're gonna have negative y equals negative x minus 4. This looks weird, right? That's because we have y be negative right now. The only thing we're gonna do to solve this is multiply everything by negative, and we're gonna have it positive. And now we can clearly see how we turned x minus y plus 4 equals 0 to the form y equals mx plus b, and it turned out to be y equals x plus 4. Okay, so let's recap. We know that a linear equation will have the form y equals mx plus b. And from what we've learned in this video, or what I hope you've learned, is that the slope, which is m, equals the change in y over the change in x. And what it tells you is how steep the line is and whether it goes up or down. So if it's positive, it will go up. If it's negative, it will go down. Then we've also learned that the Y-intercept, which is b, tells you where the line crosses the x-axis. And to finish, we also learned how to graph a linear equation. We first plot the y-intercept, then we use the slope to find more points on the line, and finally we draw the line. So thank you guys for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future math videos, and drop any questions if you have them in the comments below, and we'll be happy to help. So see you next time.